Hello and welcome back to Modelling Misadventures, and today we're carrying on with the construction of Thunderbird 3, and this is where we got to last time. The bottom part has been sanded, filled, primed, and we're going to now continue with the painting of this model, and in the next stage I'm going to actually spray it white with this fine surface primer to give it a nice finish for putting the next coat of paint on, which will be the orange colour. So this is going to be the next stage, and hopefully when we've done that it'll be ready for final painting. That's the whole can of primer gone on them. So I think that'll have the desired effect and be ready for the orange top coat. The next stage I'm going to paint these white sections here on the engines first. That's before any orange goes on. Well, that's come out pretty well. The end of these engines is nice and white. The middle bit will be orange when it gets painted, but that's looking pretty good so far. Now, before the final painting, there are a few extra little details that need to go on the outside of this model. I've 3D printed these, and they're basically just little pipes and boxes that go on the outside. I'm going to glue these onto the structure of the rocket, and then we'll be able to paint the whole thing orange. Now, one of the most important things about this rocket is the final colour. And in fact, a lot of models or toys of Thunderbird 3 are red, but in fact the original Thunderbird 3 was an orange colour. Now, most Thunderbird 3 modelers, from what I can find online, seem to use a paint called Peugeot Seville Orange, which is a car paint. Now, living in Australia, I can't find that paint, so I've had to look around and see if I can find something similar. Now, the first thing I came up with was this. This is also a car paint. It's called Holden Fantail, and the colour of the lid looks reasonably good for Thunderbird 3, so I'm going to give that a go and see what it looks like and see if it's anything like the original. Well, I've had a go with that paint, and this is what the nose cone came out like. Now, it's not bad, and it does look similar to some of the photographs of Thunderbird 3, but to me it's not quite red enough. Thunderbird 3 was a sort of an orangey red, and this doesn't look quite right. So I had to have a look and try and find something a bit better. So I've been back to the car paint shop and I've found this Rust-Oleum Custom matte orange. So I'm going to give this a try on another part and see if it's any better. Well, I've tried out that new paint and I think it's actually going to be pretty good. So this here is with the new paint and this was with the original. Now, I do think that this is a better colour match for Thunderbird 3 than this one. It's got a slightly more reddish tinge to it. So I've decided this is what I'm going to paint the model in all over. Well, the model's coming on really nicely now. Let's just have a look where we're up to. So you can start to get an idea of what it's going to look like. That's the model assembled roughly, and I've got some of the little outer details on, like these pipes. Those will all need to be painted. At the moment we've got two colours of orange. That will change when I spray the whole lot, but I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. So that's it from me in this video. In the next one we're gonna start on the paint job, but before I go, I want to show you one more little model of Thunderbird 3. This one came from Japan. It's a beautifully detailed little model, and it comes as a little set with Thunderbird 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that's another one I've got in my collection, and hopefully my big one will end up looking as nice as that when it's finished. So with that, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you next time on Modelling Misadventures.